is Cheyenne, and I am the collections assistant here at the Anniston Museum of Natural History, and right now I am in our Changing Exhibits Gallery. So right now the exhibit up is called Philip Henry Goss, a naturalist sojourned in Alabama, and you may be wondering, what on earth does that mean? Okay, so Philip Henry Goss came all the way over from England to tutor some kids in Montgomery County, and while he was here he looked around and he said, Alabama sure does have a lot of bugs. So he did us a super big favor. He was the first guy to really sit down to study our bug population. And while he was by no means, the greatest scientist on the topic, he still did a lot of cool stuff for us. So if you look here, you see this very detailed watercolor. This is actually what he spent his time doing. He would go out to the fields, he would look at these bugs, he would sketch them, come back, do these super detailed watercolors so that people could study them in areas that were not Alabama. Now, a lot of things that he highlighted were butterflies and moths, okay? So Alabama has a ton of butterflies and moths, and while we're gonna focus particularly on moths, we might be asking ourselves, well, I don't really know how to tell the difference. How do I tell the difference? Well, there's a couple of things that you can look at. First of all, butterflies tend to have clubbed antennas, okay? So that's something you can look at, while moths tend to have either saw-edged or what we call feathered antennas, so they tend to look a little bit softer. You can look at the way they sit. So butterflies, when they land, they tend to fold their wings up in a vertical position so that you can see their whole bodies, while moths tend to fold their wings down to try to hide their abdomen, okay? They're trying to camouflage themselves. So butterflies tend to be super brightly colored. They want to blend in with those flowers and stuff that they're going towards in the middle of the day, whereas moths tend to be darker. Okay, so they come out primarily at night. There are some that will come out during the day, but they're going to come out primarily at night, so they want to be darker. They want to blend in with those darker colors. Now, another difference is what they eat. Okay, so we've all seen butterflies flying around on these plants. They're using their long tongues to get out nectar, okay, much like a hummingbird. But moths are a little bit different. They're going to eat things like plant matters, okay? So sometimes you may hear about moths eating clothes, and that's why, because moths will actually like to eat things like cotton. Now, some moths don't eat at all. So if you look at the moth next to me, this is the Luna moth, okay? It is a huge, beautiful moth. They tend to be this very pretty green and yellow color. Now, they actually don't have a mouth or a digestive tract at all. Okay, so their main goal in life is just reproduction. Now, to ensure they get to that stage, they have these really long tail-looking things coming off of their wings, and those will actually spin to throw off a bat's sonar so that bats won't find and eat them. Okay, now moths are more plentiful than butterflies, okay? So there's tons and tons that you can learn about these guys. There's all different kinds. You can look at them, you can look at the different patterns on their wings, try to figure out where they would hide using those patterns on their wings, okay? Thanks, guys.